Hey, y'all. The one thing about trying to go live while traveling is that it depends on the reception of the area that you're at. So, unfortunately, I went through this really long dead zone in New Jersey, and I wasn't even able to update the page that I was not going to be able to make it on time. Blue is indeed the real target. America is not the target. Blue is the target. Thought it was blue. I'll be back later. I have to do science homework with my daughter. Hi, Melanie. Hello. Hope everyone had a happy Friday. Hope you had a nice drive. It's not over. I still got a couple of hours, and it's a long drive. I haven't seen any feed, so I'm ready to hear all about Jag's master plan. At this point, Jag master plan, in my opinion, he said, okay, so the order of the people that he wants to see go out is one, Blue, two, America, three, Felicia, four, Cerie, and five, Bowie. That's his order of who he wants to go out, and leave it with um, Matt, and Bowie as the final three. So it seems that Blue and America are kind of interchangeable to him, to where, yes, he wants Blue out. He prefers to have Blue out this week, but he's okay with America going as well. Either or. Felicia and Cerie, I think he trusts Cerie more than he trusts Felicia, but they're kind of interchangeable for him as well. Thank you for that. I'm sorry I couldn't get on at 9:50, but I was in a dead zone, so I wasn't even able to get on the page to be able to say that. But thanks for holding it down. Appreciate that. Who do you think you are, Lauren Hill? I wish. I was gonna say I wish I had Lauren Hill money, but then again, I don't know if she has money like that these days. Hope everything's okay. Um, Gone because Mark was an hour late. I don't know what the bottom of this chat is. Good evening, Ed. Bowie's not up. I thought it was Blue in America. Jag got this. Target is good for Matt's game for real. He's thinking about Matt's game, but he's also thinking about his game. By the way, I'm here in Walmart. Let me see here. Thinking that I would walk in here and get some socks for a cheap price, but what is going on here? The math isn't mathing. The prices of socks have gone up. The hell? Wow. I'm not understanding what's happening here. What is happening here? I don't want to pay $10 for some socks. That's gas money right there. Chipping into some gas money. Walmart. And those are the cheapest ones. Oh, I see like a $10 set. Hey there, Mark, and everyone stopping by for a few. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know. I have no socks for the weekend, so I might have to might have to bite the bullet here. Oh goodness, this is rough. No bargains anywhere. Oh wow. Yeah, that's rough, especially when you have kids and their feet and they're growing and everything. So you know when you buy the stuff, they're gonna grow out of it. I was just telling my mom the other day, I understand. Okay, now you guys can see my indecisiveness. Sitting here trying to pick out socks. Every time I buy anything, I'm shocked at the price. Hey, Patty. I think I'm gonna settle on these and one ankle socks. At least there's 12 of them in there, so I can feel justified. Like $12, 12 pairs. I was thinking more like I wanted to get a 3-pack for $5, $6, but clearly I don't do that much shopping. At least not for this type of stuff because this is this is terrible. See, well, my eyes automatically went to the most value pair. This is the most socks I could get for the per unit price. And I wanted to get a snack, but I'm reconsidering. Well, it is possible to leave your house and forget something. I mean, maybe not for you, but for me. Lisa, me squeezing into my son's socks that he grew out of. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and set your notification bell. Everyone thinks I'm talking to myself, which is funny. ID. It costs an arm and a leg for sure. Ankle socks. Um, can't wait for that. My kids' feet are too small. Oh, it has. I have gotten to this is so bad, but I have gotten to the point where I have a whole bunch of socks that don't match. And I don't care. I put them on. The only one time I felt a little embarrassed about that was when I went to the physical therapist and I had to take off my shoes and I had socks that were just wildly not matching. I do guilt-free snacking when I travel, which is pushing me away from my goals, but I don't really care. I have Patty. I actually have. I put on two black socks that I mean that looks different. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. There you go, hon. Have a great
You
weekend.
too. We're very happy for a Friday night in here.
Exactly.
You think the same thing? Have a good night. She was all singing in the checkout line. People are funnier than TV, at least to me. I'm amused by people. I didn't even realize I did it, and no one. Who's the whole alliance? Because I see Patty and I see Ma. I don't see Janet. So no, I don't think we've had a night where all three of them were on. Because when Patty and Janet were on, Ma wasn't on. Ma has been on with Janet. Ma has been on with Patty. Janet has been on with Patty, but there has never been the trio at the same time. Unless you're referring to another alliance. I can't guarantee how long this is going to stay. It's not up to me. It's up to the Wi-Fi. Well, I'm gonna sit for a little bit before I start moving. So I honestly might just sit on here for a little bit and then jump back off and continue the rest of my trip. That might, that might make the most sense. So I can read your comments and everything. It won't let me buy a super chat. Okay. I didn't. Is this going back? Hi, Debbie. I don't know why this is going back like that. Okay, so I want to get into the actual kind of recap-ish. For those who don't know, oh, I almost thought I forgot my Reese's Pieces in there. That would have been tragic. For those who don't know, Jag made his nominations. Jag put up America and he put up Blue. So to avoid a repeat of what happened last week, excuse my eating, by the way, I'm hungry. To avoid a repeat of an explosion or a big fight or anything, he told America and Blue beforehand. There was no blind side about it. But he did tell each of them a different story. He told America that the target is Blue, and he told Blue that the target is America. The lie that he told Blue that I thought was the most unnecessary of this all was to tell Blue that if she pulls herself down, or if America pulls herself down, he's going to put up Bowie Jane when he actually does not want to do that. Jag is absolutely not thinking about jury management at all. Oh, I have not seen it, but I have to check that out. Maybe tomorrow. Hi, Willa. If Blue takes herself off again, I hope she does. Sorry, just went to check on my daughter. American Blue, how brave. Well, we all know how brave Jag is as a player. Believe me, he will have to do if she takes herself off. I think if she takes herself off, Jag is going to do the safe thing and put up Felicia. Because he swore up and down to Bowie Jane that no matter who wins the power of veto, he's not putting her up. Jag is a cowardly lion. I kind of hope she does. I would love if Sari won the power of veto and used it on Blue. But I don't even know if Sari would do that because Sari is really cerebral. So I think she might think Jag and Matt are the powers that be for now and never upset the HOH when they're in power. Jag has become so uptight and he's not thinking right. That's a fact. But we use those white tears. My question is, who is Jag's final four? Yeah, that's pretty much his final four. The way that he views it is him and Matt are the final two. Sari is his third. Bowie is his third, and Sari is his fourth. That's the way that Jag has everything lined up. That would be good if they stick together after that. Mark knows, but for everyone else, Sari allegedly got second in the HOH. So had Jag not played as he shouldn't have, we could have gotten a Sari HOH this week. Think about how his approach blew and explained himself before double eviction around the corner. Yeah, so Jag is definitely getting worried about the double eviction as he should be. But he's saying, yo, Matt, Bowie, y'all are the top two, basically. So y'all can win this for me and ensure that the three of us stick it through and stay through this. Because he keeps saying, if Sari wins, we're effed. If Felicia wins, we're effed. If Blue or America, whichever one is still here next week, wins, we're effed. Me too. I'm getting tired of seeing Jag and Matt just have all these power discussions every week while everyone else just kind of sits around floating in the water. Floating in the water. I got to queue up all my stuff. That's why I stopped speaking.
Okay. Well, guess what? If I win, somebody ain't diddy bopping.
Right. Okay.
I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
If I win, one of them won't be diddy bopping.
Mm-hmm. I think those guys really have.
If I win, but then if Sari gets close on these comps, it may put that target on her back. Yeah, they already had the target on her back just to her being Sari, so you're right. Worst of all is that I hate to admit when Cam is right. Sari is a clever player, plus having charisma and knowing how to make everyone comfortable around her. Absolutely. They believe the double is next week. I think it is next week because we have 7 players and we have 3 weeks left. So finale night needs to be 3 people. So if they eliminated 1, 2, there would be 5. So they need to eliminate 4 players. Yeah, 4 players. 4 players in the next 2 weeks. Yep. So how are they going to do that? That's interesting to think about. Are they going to have 2 double evictions? Julie announced the double is Thursday. It mathematically had to be. It mathematically, literally mathematically had to be. Somewhere I saw something said about a double next week. Okay, Felicia keeps wanting to push Jack to put up Bowie, and he knew that she was going to do that too. Or answer to her why he's not putting her up. Well, it's obvious at this point that they're in a final 3. Come on, Felicia. Suri was trying to encourage her not to question, because you know how sensitive Jag is. You question Jag too much, and he's going to be like, you know what? I'm glad that Felicia came to me, because if Mama Fee hadn't spoken to me, I was definitely on board to get either Blue or America out. But now that she spoke to me and was pressing me, F that. She's going to be the replacement Nom. You know how Jag gets. I wanted a triple. The double is this Thursday. The house thinks it's next Thursday. Oh, are they in for a pleasant surprise? Too bad, Ed. The Diddy Bopper is going to Diddy Bop all over you. It's harder for me to access that via the phone, but difficult is not impossible. Nike said that one time.
Okay. Well, guess what? If I win, somebody ain't Diddy bopping.
Right.
Okay. I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
If I win, one of them won't be Diddy bopping.
Mm-hmm. I think those guys really are.
I win. One of them ain't gonna be Diddy bopping. Mm-hmm. Throw this camera off for a second. Not if Mimi wins, Ma. Ma, you tell him. You sound just like Jag. It's not hard to sound like Jag. The How to Sound Like Jag starter kit. Play a snaky game. Call everybody else a snake. And then, when they get mad at you, be like, that's the reason why I did this move, even though the move was cause and effect. You made the move, which caused them, which affected them, and caused them to say whatever they said to you. And then you got mad at them and said that's the reason why they were supposed to be on the block, or that's why they proved that they are acting like the way that you said that they act. Mark turned off his camera to pick his nose. Maybe call everyone a bully. Hopefully this doesn't turn it off, but I'm trying to put on my GPS. All right, are we still here? Are we still good? Sorry I had Maz comment up there so long. That was an accident. It will never happen again. Mimi can't win your doo-doo head. You need to come up with a new one, Ma. Projection much. Nope, we are not still up here. Okay, so I'm glad that it didn't turn this thing off. I guess they're Diddy bopping then. Who do y'all want in the final three? I hate the way that this game has played out because usually at the end of the game, you get to see who's made the best power moves. You get to see who has fostered the best relationships. Like, you get to see who, for an example, like Xavier's relationship with Big D, to where he was watering and nurturing that relationship. This might cut off on me because I don't know. The reception is not that great in this area, but hopefully it doesn't. But like a Big D and Xavier was like, I'm keeping this Big D relationship in my back pocket to where hopefully I can use him as a weapon later. And he ended up getting to use him as the vehicle to get out Kyland, which would have been a tough out. Jag, I think, believes that that's the kind of move that he pulled with Bowie because they were bragging about it. Matt and Jag were talking to each other and bragging about how they got Cam out on Bowie's HOH. But there's still 7 of y'all left. So if you had gotten Bowie to do that at 5 or something, 4, I would be like, smooth sailing. There's too many people in that house for Jag and Matt to feel that secure. That's my opinion about Jat. They're too overconfident. Pride comes before a fall, as they say. Sari, Felicia, and Matt. Sari, Felicia, and Matt. I would like that final 3. Out of who's left, I would like that as a final 3. I don't even care anymore. I'm just interested. I want to see Cam and Corey's first interaction in the jury house. Remember when they used to have the cameras in the jury house? Not the cameras like how they have in the house, but they give them the cameras like how they do in the house, and we'd get to see things that they're doing and saying in the jury house. Like that was a good time. Back when Big Brother was Big Brother. In that refine this the winner of part 3 picks the person that, and that's how that goes. They make their speeches and they aren't allowed
My apologies for that. I went through that same dead zone as before. Let me try to. I can't even get to all these comments. Unfortunately, today I can't get to all the comments. This is a lot harder to do via phone. Hi, Cash Wash. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what the rule is. Hi, Cass. Did Johnny Mac come back? I think so. They can talk about who they think can win, but the next person they want to win could be out next week anyways, and again, they can't control anything. They're not even thinking about the jury at this point. Nah, I think that if they were still allowed to talk to you in jury, they might actually vote for someone we want to win. You mean have you not been satisfied with these past few winners? But the thing about that is I don't know about that rule because they said that they all spoke and unanimously decided that if Taylor makes it into a final two chair, that she's going to win. So if they're not allowed to talk about game, how did that happen? I know if I went to into the jury, I'd want to talk about what went down in the house. Why not compare some things? Yeah, exactly. I have to eat later, everyone. It's all good. We were waiting. Mark, still not good. Very distant. Mike, still poor. I mean, that's how it's gonna be on my phone, honestly. Did Evil Dick manage the jury? I miss old school BB. Me too, Ed. Not a lot of people like Evil Dick. But true, I missed seasons 2 through 14. I thought he was awful, but he didn't kiss butt either. Well, he kissed someone's butt because he got HIV somehow. Yeah, this season has not been about gameplay at all. It has just been about compliments. It hasn't been strategic. It hasn't been really good gameplay or anything like that where I'm like, wow, that's a move. I mean, the Korean America double blindside. You think about that, and it should have been such an epic thing. But there's a couple of reasons why it wasn't to me. One, because it took a double veto, two veto competitions, and his mom taking herself down to even get to the point of putting that into consideration. And number two, because of all the apologizing and schmoozing that happened afterwards, instead of just being like, yeah, that's my move. I own that. I did this because Blue came and spoke to me. Blue gave me concerns. Otherwise, I was never targeting y'all, blah, blah, blah. All right, so do you want to get the credit for the move or do you not want to get the credit for the move? Because we can remove the credit and take that off of your resume list for the finale if you get there. Wasn't Jen the one insecure about her portrait on the memory wall? They all listening in while transferring photos bits off the phone to hard drive to make more room. I have to do that. I actually brought my portable solid state solid state drive. I actually brought that with me so that while I'm away, I can transfer some stuff off this phone because the math ain't mathing with my storage. Every time I want to record a video, I have to delete like 2 to 3 videos to record one video. If I had to record something that was more than 5 minutes at this point, I can't do it. Even funnier is that everyone in there except Mimi thinks they're playing some genius game. They do. They do. The funny thing is, a person who had an extremely good grasp on the game was Corey. But his blind spot was his relationship with America. I think Corey would have played a much smarter Big Brother game without America in the game. The move would have been so much better if Cam just went ahead and did it. Cam should have definitely done it. Cam handed a lot to Jag and Mac. So many screenshots that I need. I hate that. Felicia is pretty funny as well. I think she might be slightly funnier than Mimi. I have a soft spot for Mimi just because she just reminds me so much of myself. That's part of why I think she's funny. Like Felicia will say things that are funny. Mimi will say things that aren't supposed to be funny that make people laugh. I think that they have a totally different type of funny to them. Corey keeps insisting that his relationship with America didn't impact anything. Well, I think that we all saw clear as day that he took off his thinking cap a little bit the more comfortable he started getting with his relationship with America. Because without her, he would have been a more tactical Corey. But as he started to get more relaxed, and Rogue Corey started spreading around, he started to put his guard down. Jag, that's so true. I find that so funny. I know Jag thinks he's doing something so epic. He definitely thinks he's Dr. Will. Oh my God, he does that. He definitely thinks he's doing something like Dr. Will. I've never seen a player like, I mean, I guess him getting voted out has something to do with it, but I've never really seen somebody think that they can control this many weeks in advance. The man said, if we survive the double evict, we are going to walk to the finale. The 3 of us are going to walk to the finale. Nobody can beat us at that point. And I'm like, Jag, there's still too many people. Because if Johnny Banana said this on the challenge, he said, if there's one thing that's worse than going home on the first day, it's going home on the last day before the final. That's what Johnny Banana said about the challenge. Because there was this one season where he got out in the last elimination right before the final. It was the one actually where Sarah and Jordan won, and they threw Johnny Bananas and Nanny into the Olymp. So you could be good, and then bang, something doesn't go how you planned it, you get blindsided or backdoored at 4, things can change instantly in the Big Brother house. I'm not really a big fan of any of them left in the house. Who do you think Corey would have played with if America wasn't a thing? He would have tried to play with Sari, just like he said, and just like he was kind of trying to do towards the end. I mean, I know Izzy had a stronghold on her for a while, but he said from the beginning he had an intent to work with Sari and then cut her later on down the line. Who are you rooting for, Patty? Jag is no Dr. Will. I have to agree with that. Y'all know I agree with that. For sure. Jag wishes he was Dr. Will. I think he would have used his whole brain instead of 75% of it. I agree, Patty. I agree. I'm not even saying he played the worst game ever because he did make it to, 8? But he would have done better than that. I think he would have done better than that because he still had all the thinking down. If you heard him speaking, I think that it might sound funny for me to say this, but I think that if he wasn't spending all that time just making out with America during this critical time when Jag and Matt were plotting his demise, he might have been in more of those rooms having more conversations with different people. Because he's even saying in his exit interviews, he sensed that they were going to turn on him and put him up in the double veto replacement ceremony. So if you sensed that, why were you not campaigning harder to make sure that did not happen? You know, when when the blood is not in the brain, decisions can change. And I'm going to leave that at that. I sadly think that Jag has a good chance of winning if he's sitting in the final 2. Well, I thought about that earlier, actually. And I think Corey would vote for him. I think Cam would vote for him. I'm not terribly sure about Sari, Felicia, Blue, America. Those votes I'm not sure about. So I would not call Jag a sure thing at all. Jag beats America and maybe Bowie. I think so, yeah. I think you'd beat those two. Patty is the queen of indecisiveness. But even America has votes in jury. Yeah, it wouldn't be unanimous. At least I would hope that it wouldn't be unanimous. But shoot, almost everything else has been unanimous, so maybe it would be. The only thing Jag is beating is a frozen turkey. Libras smell funny. Maybe if America's final speech is good enough, but I still think they might even give it to Jag. I even think Corey would vote for Jag. I think Corey would vote for Jag, but actually, no, I don't think Corey would vote for Jag if America was there. It's kind of iffy. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's put it that way. I'm not sure. If Corey votes for Jag, yeah, that's why I'm not sure. I think that if he was just thinking about who played a better game, he would pick Jag. But at this point, I'm like, he's probably thinking about his relationship at this point. I just watched the challenge season 39, episode 0, where they meet each other and they play spin the bottle. Oh, episode 0, as in they did like a preview episode. I've heard about it, but I did not see the episode. I wonder if maybe I'll be able to find it online somewhere. Lisa, I agree with you. Unanimous is the theme. I said this the other night. I was like, if I had to come up with a word, if they said, pick one word to describe Big Brother season 25, I would say unanimous. And everybody would know what I meant. Unanimous. Unanimous. I just watched the new challenge also. It looks good. The challenge premieres October the 25th at 8/7 Central on MTV. We are now about to see season 39 of the challenge, which looks super fire for anyone who's a challenge fan. Spin the Bottle hasn't been on the challenge in a long time. I know, right? I'm surprised they allow Spin the Bottle anymore. I thought Spin the Bottle would get you canceled. Then the Challenge USA ends in it. The reason why it's going like this is because of the writer's strike. When we had the writer's strike, nothing was on. And then all of a sudden, they're trying to cram a bunch of different shows into the fall lineup. So that's why it's going the way that it's going. Yeah, Smokey, I was just talking with somebody about this yesterday when it comes to Big Brother. They're not even throwing in burn votes or let's shake things up or let's make people question where this vote went. They're just like, who are you voting for? And who are you voting for? Who are you voting for? Even the votes that we had that were not unanimous, everybody knew exactly who it was who did not vote that way. Like the Jared vote, the Jag vote, like everybody already knew who was doing what when it was not unanimous. Oh, you have not seen the challenge. Interesting. I mean, you didn't see the challenge before now. I'm surprised that the new challenge is starting so soon after the other one ending. Ed, glad you're liking it. It's a great series. Who have I met from the challenge? From the present season of the challenge, I met Michelle. I met Michelle, who's from Survivor. I met Chanel from Survivor. I met Johnny Bananas. I think that might have been it from the Challenge USA 2. I didn't meet her, but I interviewed Alyssa Lopez, who was on the season earlier. Yeah, that's it. I wonder if Luke didn't say the N word, he would throw rogue votes. Probably, because he didn't care about the game at all. And I remember when Luke early on was talking to Kirsten, I think it was Kirsten he was talking to, where he's like, oh, let's just rattle the cage, basically. Let's shake things up. Especially, see, that's probably one thing that I love about the challenge is that I know who's who. You know who's all the major players in the game. I mean, they get new people, but for the most part, you know a lot of the cast because they repeat the cast a lot. Some people don't like that, but I like it. something that I enjoy about the challenge. Also, I enjoy the fact that there's a lot of physical competition. That's what I like. I've said this to you guys before, but I don't really love the majority of the Big Brother competitions. I don't even enjoy watching them. I'm more interested to know who won so that I can know who's in power versus actually sitting there on pins and needles. Like, oh, the spinning top competition is so exciting. Oh, you've got a lot. Yeah, you got a lot to go. It's like me catching up on Survivor, Ed. There's 44 previous seasons of Survivor, and I've only seen 2 previous to this current one. So if I want to catch up on Survivor, I have 40 plus seasons to watch. Oh my God, that is the theme of this year's cast. I'm just gonna see whatever the house wants. Well, so do you think that you're gonna put me up? Well, it depends on the house. So do you think that you're gonna vote for me to stay? I'm gonna have some conversations, and then I'm gonna talk to the house. What? When did that become a thing? Because I swear I don't remember even hearing anyone say that on a previous season. And this is said almost every week on season 25. I'm gonna talk to the house. I'm gonna talk to the house. Is talk to the house like talk to the hand or something? For those who grew up in the 90s. I hope Tyler comes back on the challenge and wins the season. I did not feel bad for Festi. I was yelling. I was like, yes. I'm glad Desi got her just due, because if y'all remember the Challenge USA 1, when she was partnered with Enzo, our guy Enzo, Ayo, Enzo from Jersey, and then they get into this water part, and it's like if your partner can't do it, then you both go home. She got unlucky to get Enzo in there, and Enzo can't swim. And Enzo was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So they both got eliminated. So I felt bad for Desi. But hey, Desi got to come back and have her opportunity, take advantage of it. Good for her. Baby steps. Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I'll have to check it out. I gotta skip all these House of Villains comments because I have not seen it. What happened to season 6? Even split house from week 1 on. Patty, my husband Googled spoilers and was convinced they were wrong. I actually got to a point where, well, I have a statement and and a question for you, Lisa. Number 1, did he share the spoilers with you before the episode? But number 2, I actually got to a point where I was like, yo, Feffy is kind of in a good spot here. I think that he might have actually won. So I actually thought Fessy was about to win. Do not answer that, Patty. I thought Fessy was a tool in Big Brother. Well, not much has changed. Actually, on the challenge, he's gotten a little bit better. I have to admit. And was so funny on Big Brother. So happy for Dan, for Desi, F and Enzo. The era between Survivor Nicaragua and San Juan del Sur wasn't great. There were some gems in that season, like Philippines, and a lot of people's favorite. I hate when the house votes the same. I think they need to change some rules in the game. Also, change how they can do alliances. I have no idea, but they need new rules. They definitely need new rules. BB12 was the first season that I remember watching, and Hayden and Edenzo were my favorites, and I was so excited to see them go far and to see Hayden win. Yeah, wasn't that the season that he was with? I think he was with Casey that season. If you're talking about the challenge, does anyone want to see America's Square? Yes, I liked that. Some people were just saying that that was a corny thing, but I liked America's Player thing where they had to do missions. If that's what you're talking about. No, he won't tell me the spoilers, even though I always don't mind knowing. He plays his own game, watching me react to the show and leading me in every direction. He should play Survivor. Yeah, he should play Survivor, and then you can get a segment or something at home watching him. You and the kids watching him. I can't with this. I just don't understand. On Big Brother, I don't consider anything a spoiler on Big Brother because I'm like, how can I sit there in all seriousness? How can I sit there when the HOH competition is played the same day as the episode that I watched? Then the Power of Veto is played 2 days later, and then all the results are all over the internet. And I'm going to sit here and wait to see the end of the HOH competition 3 days after it happened. Then I'm going to watch the veto thing 5 days, 5 to 6 days after that happened. It makes no sense. So I don't consider anything with Big Brother spoilers, really. I mean, granted, yeah, I guess before you get into the live feed world, it's different. I admit that. Because I watched season 22 with no live feed. So it's funny because my mom is a longtime fan of Big Brother. She's a day one. My mom is a day one Big Brother fan who's never watched the feed. And she saw me watching the feed one day, and she was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "It's a live feed." This was last year. I was like, "It's a live feed." And she was like, "The live feed." And she said, "Isn't 3 hours a week of this show enough?" And I was like, thinking, wow, I probably would have said the same thing last year. I don't know either, but I need to stop. Just need more than one item minutes. I know, right? That's my item max. I always try. I can't. There's a spoiler page or there's a Reddit page where before the challenge even comes out, it gives you everybody who's been eliminated and what order. There's also a challenge Instagram page. It's called Challenge 911, I think. And as the season is happening, there must be somebody in production connected to that page because they'll give you the order as it's happening. Okay, this person's out. Now this person's out. Now this person's out. And I'm like, I asked somebody one time who loves spoilers like that. I said, if you know everything that's happening, you know what fights happen, you know what order people got out, what's the point of even watching? And they were like, well, haven't you read a good book? You know what's happening after you read the book, but it's still different than seeing it play out in real time. And I'm like, nah, the logic ain't logicking for me. Report that. My husband driving me crazy with that. The casuals get screwed so hard. They get to know nothing. They don't even know who the final nominees are until 45 minutes before they go out the door. They're not even Big Brother used to be creative. I'm talking about the produced show. Big Brother used to be creative with making it look like the votes were flipping when they're not really flipping. Now they're not even good at that. You know when they're just showing flip talk for filler at this point. It's obvious, even to a non-live feeder. I forgot about America's favorite player. That was a good twist. I even liked the thing where on BB23, where America could vote for people every week. The fans, I mean, America, the fans could vote for people every week, and then give them coins to play on that roulette table or whatever that table is called. I even like that. Like, what's happening? What's happening? There's so many things that Big Brother could do that they just haven't done. Bring back slop and season-long have-not and the have-not competition. Do comps to unlock the pool hot tub. Yes, yes. Sometimes simpler is better, and I think the challenge kind of did that. I think the challenge did so much in the last few seasons to try to improve. Let's try to do this red skull thing where you have to have a red skull to go to the final to encourage people not to coach. Let's add in all this extra fancy equipment and make this look like an overproduced movie. And I think the challenge has been getting back to the basics of what people loved about the show. I haven't seen one episode of BBUK yet. Whenever I ask about international season, everybody always talks about BBUK as being the best or one of the best ones. I wouldn't want the spoilers. I just would not want spoilers unless they had live feeds for those shows. But aside from that, no. Don't give me any spoilers. Yeah, but to be fair, if you, like I said, if you watch the Muppets, your ratings are like those old guys that would sit in the balcony and say everything sucks. So a 3 out of 10 for Ma. You factor in inflation, and that's about a 7.5. I'll take the 7.5. Thank you. Does anyone watch Married at First Sight? Everything, but she watches all of that. I do Patty and Tom right now. No one likes spoilers, but spoiler channels, they do get millions of views. That Spoiler Girl channel, or I mean not channel, but that Spoiler Girl Twitter page, she puts up things that are maybe 50% accuracy, and people love it regardless of whether it's true or not. I love spoilers. Let's do a scientific study on that. What makes y'all love spoilers? Let me know. BBUK is so good. I've only looked at spoilers when I can't watch a show or if it's Big Brother. Yeah, Big Brother is the one and only show that spoilers, that I need spoilers. Not even that I like them, I need them. I can't survive without looking at the spoilers on Big Brother. There better be spoilers or I'm not watching. I'm gonna watch it anyway. I like spoilers because I like and I can know the secrets that everyone else doesn't have or that anyone else doesn't know. An advantage. Lisa, I knew I liked you. I can't find it anywhere to watch. I was so freaking happy when it came back. That's the game changer, Patty. Julie spoiling that America was getting blindsided at the beginning of the episode was crazy. Are you Discord? I can send you a link. Miss Snappy, favor because Lisa told me to put the link on YouTube. I put it on and she told me the link didn't work for her. So if you can do me a favor and go on Discord, get that link and put it in the chat for me, I would appreciate that. Or anyone who's in my Discord. Round table. Patty, this season looks like a good season. Even Julie can't remember that the veto ceremony is on Thursday. I have. Oh, you do have the app. Oh, okay. I love Discord. Need a tutorial. Lisa, do you want to tell her about this past season of BB Canada, or should I? And if you wonder why I have the sound of sheer and utter disappointment in my voice, you can ask Lisa, who directed me to BB Can. Lisa and Retro, I have to blame for my BB Can experience. But I will say, they told me to start on Big Brother Canada season 5, and season 5 is epic. I can't say the same for season 11. Season 11, the winner of season 11 jagged his way to the end. Not in terms of, I shouldn't even say jagged his way to the end. The winner of season 11 was kind of like the way that Cameron was playing before he left, and he just comped out. And the person who was sitting next to him just did not do anything significant in the game to have a chance at winning, which I believe was his showman. Yeah. And it was a weird showman situation. It was almost like Jared and Bluish. If anyone watched the last season of BB Can 11, I think it was, wasn't it? Claudia and Ty were kind of Jared and Bluish with their relationship. That scared me. The only reality show I watch is Big Brother. Wow, really? What made you a Big Brother fan? Such a Canadian laugh. I still don't know how to get this score. How far is it? Server type. Personally, I really like BB Can, Patty. Just log in and we'll find you. I watch Big Brother, Survivor, and Amazing Race. That's enough for my plate right now. Patty, I've told you 3 times before. I'm exhausted helping you. Jag is the biggest hypocrite if I've ever seen one. I'm in. And stuff on the page. Add friends. I got Hell's Kitchen 2 and House of Villains. America's a Hypocrite 2. No more just pretend the season of BB Can did that. Okay, so since Lisa does not want to tell you what happened with BB Can decided to take the live feeds away. And they did this BS that they called digital dailies. They said, oh, don't worry. We're going to have hours and hours of live feed stuff for you guys to watch. So you're not even going to miss the live feed. So I was like, all right. That sounds stupid, but I'm going to at least give it a chance. So give it a chance. I put on the digital daily the first day. And It was like an hour and a half of randomly chopped up footage. Like, you know how a Zoom call, when you have it on speaker view and people are talking and it just switches from person to person? Imagine a full conversation. Imagine somebody's having a really important game conversation. They would show 5 minutes of that conversation, then they'd switch to somebody doing yoga in the next room, and it wouldn't switch back. Then from the yoga, now we're on somebody brushing their hair in the bathroom. Now we're in a bedroom where we're having an argument. Now we're switching from the bedroom argument to the pool table. No rhyme or reason, no way to watch a full conversation or a full thing. And then there was commercials in between watching this hour and a half to 2 hour piece of string together thing. Okay, my BB Canada rant is over. Thanks for allowing me to get out my frustration, because I watched and covered that season beginning to end. I really like BB Australia 13. It's freezing on me. My sister-in-law. I can't tell you how many times I passed by my mom watching Big Brother, and I looked at it for a few minutes, and I'm like, this show is the dumbest thing that I've ever seen. The only reason I got into Big Brother at all is when Big Brother players started joining the challenge. So I watched it because I knew some of the people on Big Brother from the challenge, like Devon, Josh, Casey, Fessy, Amber, Holly. When all these people started joining the challenge, I was like, okay, let me see what Big Brother is like, because why are these people so good? Some of them. Why are some of them so good on Big Brother? Especially Josh. I was like, how did Josh win Big Brother? And he's so terrible at the challenge. Like, what? I wanted to see what the difference was in the game. Sorry, Mark. I was discording. My sister-in-law watches a lot of reality TV, but I only like Big Brother. Don't worry, Mark knows I don't mind a spoiler. Well, my page is a Big Brother spoiler page, so Big Brother is the exception for me. I will take any and all Big Brother spoilers. Goodbye. Thanks for chatting. I started watching BB because I have this debate with one of my friends all the time. One of my friends is like, I only like Celebrity Big Brother because I think the regular Big Brother is dumb. I find the exact opposite. I don't enjoy Celebrity Big Brother. It looks very staged and rigged to me. And it bores me. I don't know. What do y'all think? The funny thing about Corey is he was actually telling everybody that they were overrating him. And he even said that to America before he left. He was like, I'm not bad, I'm not great, but I think that everybody has been overestimating me from day one. He's a fan of the show, very studious. He can quote stats from any. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you listen to him talk, the man is a genius. He's exceptionally smart, and he has an extremely good memory. But you're right, it automatically translates. I prefer the normal. Yeah, I prefer the regular Big Brother. I much prefer the regular Big Brother to Celebrity Big Brother. I don't know if y'all generally think differently or you enjoy Celebrity BB. Which one do you like more, Celebrity BB or the regular one? I agree. I don't like Celebrity Big Brother. It's too unrealistic to the reality of normal folks playing the game. Yeah, and I think that's part of it too, Smokey. A part of it is like we know that y'all are gonna get a good paycheck to be there, and you know these older reality TV people that they get on there that have had their heyday already for the most part. They get onto the show. They're not like somebody who's leaving a reception job and then competing in a game for 750K. Some of them have already seen big money, millions, millions and millions of dollars. So you know they're not on there fighting for their life. Like this makes or breaks me. Like a New York getting on House of Villains. You think she's sitting around like, oh my God, if I don't win this prize, I'm gonna die. New York is like, I'm in my 40s now, and the show is casting me and giving me the opportunity again to be in the spotlight. So I just have to go and be New York and promote the hell out of myself, and I'm gonna get some more appearances, and I'm gonna get a social media boost, you know. Yeah, and I haven't been able to get into it like that. The regular one, not even close. I saw a few episodes of the Big Brother season that had Lamar Odom in it, and I was like, this is crazy how uninteresting this is. Anyone remember Chuck who couldn't freaking vote? By the way, if you want a reason to watch Big Brother Canada, I'll give you a couple of things to Google to look up on YouTube. YouTube, Ica shreds the letters, and YouTube, Gary, Big Brother Canada, wrong vote. And those two situations alone will have you wanting to watch Big Brother. Ica is a Big Brother freaking legend. The same way all of you idolize a Dr. Will, a Dan Giesling. That's kind of what Ica is for BB Can. Even though she didn't win, she is one of the most memorable players, if not the most, on Big Brother Canada. You could never forget Ica. I learned a lot. I kind of want to see the Tom Green season. I've seen so many clips of it. I'm intrigued to see the Tom Green season. Shout out to the Skeleton Crew, by the way. And I mean that in an endearing way because I know that because of my technical difficulties, the mic, I mean, not the mic, I don't have a mic, but the phone, me using my phone and the traveling, I appreciate the core group that is sticking with me. Chest hair sandwiches. Yuck. That sounds yuck to me. That sounds ick. Okay, Ika is probably the only player at least I've seen get talked about on BB Can, and she didn't even win. She's more memorable than probably a lot of the winners. Kevin is also quite legendary for what he's done on Big Brother Canada. I don't idealize any BB players, but I can recognize a good game player. You mean idolize? Two great clips. My favorite global BB quote is from Micah. She had a rival in the storage room on double eviction and slapped the wall saying, I promise you, you are going home. I've seen that one. And they have the whole unfiltered, uncensored fight on YouTube. I watched the entire thing on YouTube. And then I watched her fight well, she had arguments with almost everybody in the house, so pick which one that you liked the best, because there were several of them. She was not trying to be nobody's friend. So people remember American Idol or the right, like yeah, let me see. Yeah, they have like Jennifer Hudson as an example. Jennifer Hudson didn't win her season, and I think they even said, "Oh, you're okay." Simon gave her some negative-ish comments, but you almost think of Jennifer Hudson as if she won because of how popular she's gotten afterwards. I think she finished fourth, if I'm not mistaken, as a matter of fact. So true, Ma. Yeah, it's not always the winner. It's not always the winner that's the most memorable. And with these kind of things, sometimes, so, I mean, this is kind of a whole different rabbit hole that I'm kind of jumping in here. $750,000, obviously, big money. It can change your life. Yes, I know they take a bunch of taxes out of that, so you might get half of it. But regardless, even if you got 375K at one time, huge money. If you use it correctly, you can do some good things with it. But generally, unless you are the number one finisher on the show, the money that anyone else gets for seconds and anything less than seconds is not life-changing money. But in this era, it's a life-changing opportunity. So sometimes in this era, I guess in general, but more this era than any other era, people become stars, whether they win or not, based on their personality and based on the moments that they made on the show, not just based on if they won the competition or not. Didn't Adam Lambert? Oh, he was on there. Interesting. Seventh. Yeah, I knew she finished. I knew she was not the first place finisher, but if you asked 10 people on the street who know Jennifer Hudson, what position did she finish in on American Idol? Then most of them are not going to remember that. You might get one person who says seventh. And I remember actually that the comments that Simon made about her were not really good. I think Paula kind of gave her some favorable comments, but I think Simon was a little harsh with her. And look, she's one of the biggest stars that was ever on that show. And Fantasia is deserving, but seventh, there was not six people better than her on American Idol 3. Fantasia is for what I just said. An example of somebody who was touted as, this person is going to be the next star. And she still has a great voice. But Jennifer Hudson has definitely had the most success out of anyone on that season, and she finished seventh. When I see you, I can't even do that justice. Big brother voice. Cass, please stop singing. Please put on your microphone. Please lower your microphone. Jared, please center your microphone. Do not talk about production. Please stop singing. Yeah. Fantasia's one of my favorite artists. She's on tour right now. I miss when they used to have auditions. Oh yeah, the bad auditions. Oh, they don't do that anymore because I haven't watched American Idol in years. But I watched religiously probably the first 5 or 6 seasons. But now that market is just so oversaturated to me that I don't enjoy it like that anymore. I don't enjoy those shows anymore. Fantasia is seriously anointed. William Hung. And I remember when they made fun of him, and then William Hung, I don't know if he's rich now. He probably is. He probably figured out some way to get money. But if William Hung had been a part of this era and the same thing happened, my guy would be set for life off of that viral moment. Because he was one of the first viral stars. He was one of the first viral stars. Because I remember the judges were laughing hysterically at him. Like, why would you even show up? When you sound like this, why would you even come to this competition show? And then all of a sudden, some record company or something was like, oh, I want to produce that record, She Bangs. And I think he even came back and performed it on American Idol, if I'm not mistaken. That energy was hilarious. Mark, please go to the storage room and get a new microphone. Bing. I just took my son's lollipop that you dumped in the sugar. Wait a minute, Lisa. Wait a minute, Lisa. What are you saying right now? There's such thing as a lollipop that you dunk into sugar, and you're giving this to your son. The math is not mathing. As I take an extremely long time to find this on my phone.
What sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
For providing me that moment. I'm mad that I said William Hung and everyone said, and Lisa said, the She Bang guy. I was like, I'm not calling him William. He's the She Bang guy for life. Lisa is the sugar drug. We're all doomed. Pants on the ground, pants on the ground. Pants on the ground, pants on the ground. Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. That's a classic. Pants on the Ground is a classic. If you don't know, look it up on YouTube. And again, Ma somehow knows this because I'm sure Pants on the Ground was in your infancy. I went to a birthday party last year for my brother, and someone's drunk uncle started singing that. I can't believe that people remembered that as well. It's unforgettable. The age limit was 28, and he was like 62 or something. Oh, Fun Dip. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. But the way you described it, I'm thinking literally, it's a lollipop that you dunk into just a thing of sugar, literal granulated sugar. Because then I would say, Lisa, we need an intervention. We would have to send you. I would send an application. I don't know if they still do mom swap, but I would be like, you need to get on one of those TV shows so that they can show you with the other family. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Like, I'm literally thinking of a regular lollipop that you're just dunking in sugar. And I'm like, your kids don't need that, Lisa. Be right back. I just clipped Mark saying hands on the ground. And I'm going to share that clip with my dad because he loves that as much as I do. Pants on the ground. Actually, my parents loved that pants on the ground clip. They used to make fun of me because I would have these jeans because I lived in the baggy clothes era. Back in the ancient days, there was a baggy clothes era, and I used to have baggy jeans that didn't fit me, and I had to keep pulling them up. And I remember my mom and dad would make that joke, pants on the ground, pants on the ground. Like, my parents watched that video a million times. I think that's how I got tired of it because they liked it so much. You know what? A random thing about mom swap or wife swap or whatever is that I remember this episode where there was this one mom who was extremely negative. The mom was like a real life Roseanne Barr. She was like a real life Roseanne Barr, except more negative than Roseanne Barr. And then there was another mom that was some kind of holistic, earthy, kind of positive person, spiritual and all this. And they swapped and they were so different. So the kids with the mom that was negative got the positive mom and vice versa. So the positive mom, she was like, oh, kids, get up. It's time to do our affirmations in the morning. And she was like, you got to say this stuff out loud. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am handsome. I am intelligent. I am charismatic. And the kids were like, this is stupid as ever. And then I remember maybe 2-3 days in, they were like, man, I see the stuff and now I'm actually starting to feel this. I don't really want our mom to come back. Obviously, they were joking a little bit, but it's funny how we don't realize how much those kind of things can influence us. The routines that we get put through and the things that we're told, the way that we're either praised or not, the way that the language that is used. I still live in that era too. Oh, he still lives in that era and he still wears baggy clothes. I thought you meant he still lives in that era, as in he's old school, but I didn't know you literally meant clothing wise. I would love to see a Diamond Power veto this season and someone shake the game with it. Me too. I can't wait to see what he says. Oh, I know. So I'd take any twist this season too. It's just so boring and so predictable. Back in the ancient days, you know what? There was this coffee shop that I used to perform at, open mic nights, and I would play my instruments there. And there was a guy that was there that would always play his guitar, and he would talk about the songs that he's gonna play, and he would be like, ancient in the ancient times of 1995. And I used to always find that hilarious. Should I spoil and out? Spoiler girl is um the girl post her picture, or is that not her that she posts those pictures of? My dad said that Larry Platt his pants on the ground better. The game got boring when Cam left. Um, well, it has been nice chatting with y'all, but I think it's my time to go. And plus, the reception is probably about to go in this tunnel that I'm going through. So I'm gonna have to talk to y'all later. Thanks for staying up with me. I'm hopping off. Have a great night.